Hey my lovely subscribers, and welcome once again to my channel. So if you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss any of my videos. Today I'm going to be diving deep into the challenges that I face as a solo YouTuber or content creator. And so I've been a content creator for, I'll say, a little over 2 years, if not 3. Solo content creator for that matter, and or a solo YouTuber for that matter. And let me tell you, solo content creators actually do a marvelous job in trying to get out the content that they put out, because it's not easy. So I'm going to share with you some experiences that I've had, or challenges that I've had to face as a solo content creator or solo YouTuber. I would try as much as possible to tell you maybe how I was able to overcome some of those things, but some of them I guess I just had to go with the flow, and it is one of the reasons why I don't have as much content as I would have wished to. But either way, challenges or not, we still have to push through. To be fair, I love putting out content. I wish I could put out a lot more of it, but obviously, I mean, this is one of the challenges, being a solo creator. And you know what, I'm just talking too much, so let's just go through with it. As a solo content creator, my first challenge is generating fresh ideas. Not because I don't have or I'm not able to come up with ideas. So I think the number one challenge for me when it comes to generating ideas to shoot content has to do with what I want to shoot. I create a scenario in my head of how I want the video to go, and it becomes a challenge because I sort of try to drift towards perfection. It's not a bad thing, but if you focus too much on how especially video is going to look, or what you're going to be talking about, how you're going to go about talking about those things, and if there's any b-roll or like footages that you want to put in there, you're looking at angles and everything, it makes your idea, like your generation for ideas, limited, because then you put it in the back of your mind that you're the only one shooting what you have to shoot. Like, that has put a lot of pressure on me over time. I have quite a number of scripts or like ideas that I've come up with on how to, or what I want to shoot, and I look at the content, I'm like, okay, so where do I shoot this, or how am I going to shoot this? And I think of the fact that I'm by myself. You sort of, as a content creator, you'd want your videos to be dynamic. You want there to be motion. You don't want them to be ordinary, and that's one of the challenges that I face, because a lot of the time, like, having been around friends who are also content creators or who are in the media space and work around cameras or work with cameras and stuff, and you see the sort of work that they put out, it becomes challenging. Like, sometimes it's unnecessary pressure that I put on myself, because I forget they've been in this content creation world for a while. I sort of like just jumped on it, and it started off as a hobby. I look at the kind of work that they put out, and I just keep asking myself, if I shoot this, is it going to look as good as Kemi's video, or is it going to look at Nene's video? It's a lot of pressure. It really is a lot of pressure. So yes, coming up with ideas, you know, in most cases, like those of them, like these content creators that I've mentioned, Chemist and then Nene, they have teams that they work with. They are able to sit down and brainstorm on what to shoot, or how they're going to shoot. I mean, whatever topic they come up with, or whatever content they're to come up with, it makes work easy, because the team they may have put together, everybody has a role that they play. Somebody's handling lights, somebody's handling microphones, and I mean, there's a director and all that. Hey, you're not doing it well, and so if you have to look at all of that as a solo content creator, it makes it difficult, like, for you to constantly come out with content, and good content for that matter. So number 2, that's the issue with filming and production. Let's talk about it. So setting up cameras, lights, audio equipment, and having to stay in focus. These things I mentioned are a real test of one's multitasking skills. Plus, there's no one to help you retake or give you feedback. You'd have to shoot through whatever it is, and then like when you go back to look at the footage after you're done, then you see where you went wrong, or what. It's like, it is one of the issues that I have to deal with when it comes to setting up, like, to shoot. One, I do not have somebody to help me, or I do not have an assistant or a team to help me set up, or someone to stand behind the camera. In this case, I'm shooting with my phone, so I do not have that second eye to look at whatever it is, or to stand behind the camera and then tell me, hey dude, what you're doing, or give me a thumbs up and go like, oh yeah, you're doing great, like keep at it, or keep doing what you're doing. You just have to go through with the flow and then hope that you come out with good content. Editing. Once I'm done setting up and shooting the video, the next step is editing. It's one of the most difficult things to do, especially if you if this is not your full-time thing, if you're not a full-time creator and you don't have a team to work with. Editing can be hell, especially if the idea behind the content you've shot, if you're out there on an adventure or you're traveling, you shoot so many things. And in those, like while shooting those things, you need to put into consideration your lighting situation. You have to put into consideration your sound. Again, that's a problem that comes up with some of us who try to be perfectionists. But yeah, coming back to the whole editing thing, earlier when I mentioned, like in step 2, like with problem 2, when I talked about the people that I sort of look up to, and then like they probably doing serious, they don't necessarily have to be content creators for social media like I do, but they are in that whole video production space, and they have people who work with them, not for them, people who work people for them, with them, Charlie guys, I don't know, but what you get my drift. But then it comes to, once you're done shooting, obviously this sort of like becomes for a solo content creator like me, it becomes a one-man thing. I am the whole team, figuring out how to shoot and make sure that I'm in focus, that the sound is okay and everything. Now it has to do with having to edit. You'd have to consider what editing software you're using. I started off with Adobe Premiere Pro. For the most part, it wasn't like I was doing something major, but just having to know the basics. Then I came across DaVinci Resolve, which I'm currently using the studio version. Back to editing. Softwares that you can use, there's CapCut, there's Final Cut, DaVinci Resolve, which I use, and then there's Premiere Pro. At least I know of those ones, but I've mostly played around Premiere Pro, which is a couple of years ago, before I really got into this. I use both CapCut and then DaVinci Resolve. Mostly CapCut, I use that when I'm trying to put videos together or put content together for social media, Instagram and TikTok. It's one of the challenges. Having to edit is a problem. So if you're like me, who follows quite a number of content creators, like the pro level content creators like Peter McKinnon, and I can't believe I just forgot this guy's name, but he's a tech content creator, and you look at how they shoot the videos, you look at how they throw in B-rolls, you look at the color, the effects that they put in their videos, and like it just makes you hooked onto those videos and you just want to keep watching. But imagine, and these are people who have teams, but imagine someone like myself who has to shoot solo and having to sit down and figure some of these things out. It takes a while to finish editing a video, or like cutting, editing. Color grading is another thing. So mostly I just hope that whatever I'm shooting, like from start to finish, I get good colors from my phone's camera, like the weather is okay enough, the lighting is okay enough, and like I just sort of like cut, make sure that the sound is okay, put things together, and then like put it out. Like I may not be able to get the kind of quality that they have, but I do my little bit, like whatever it is I can do to make sure that that content still comes out. It's one of the reasons, it's a major problem for me, because sometimes after shooting video or after getting some content shot, I start editing and then I feel like it's not going well, like the way I want to see. But I feel like that is one mistake that I make a lot of the time. Instead of thinking of how you, my viewers, are gonna enjoy the video, I think of how I want to see it. And because of that, there are quite a number of videos or content that I shot that I sort of like either deleted or just pushed to the side, and not even like I didn't even try to just like to even go back to to those videos. Like, I'm my biggest critic before I even get to put those things out. This is not to put any person's work or content quality out, like, down there, but the one thing that sort of like pushes me, I mean, like, there are those of you who personally reach out to me and then go like, look, we haven't seen any video from you in a while, and I go like, okay, fine, let me just try and then put one or two things together and then put that content out, because then I get that I'm not shooting the content for me, but it's for you. I look at certain videos are out there on social media, and whatever quality they were shot in, like what the video quality, sound quality and everything, I kind of like look at the engagement that these videos get, and in my mind I'm like, okay, yeah, people just like real stuff. I mean, I like real videos as well, but then I feel like there should also be some sort of style, or I mean, it should be eye-catching enough for I just sort of like want my work to look very professional. But yeah, I mean, I can't always get it. Perfection is like, for me, perfection is a journey that I'm still on. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get to the end of that journey, but hey, eventually, if I do manage to have a team, or if I ever decided I wanted to do content creation full-time, yes, I definitely would have to have a team, and just sort of like, I know I'm talking too much, but yeah, let's just jump to the next my next point. I'm not gonna lie, this is a big one: consistency. For those of you who have followed my work for quite a while, the very loyal viewers that I have, you will know that I have not been as consistent as you would want me to be, or as I should be. There are a number of reasons to that. Some of the reasons have to do with the 3 points that I mentioned before this, and some other factors that also play a key role in me not putting out content as frequently as I should. I mean, again, while some content creators have teams that they work with, and like they have the ideas and how, like, a whole script on how to shoot edits, by edits I mean, like, that includes color grading and everything, making sure that the final product is good for the viewers and all that. Like, I don't have that, so like having to be that one-man team, being the subject of the video, being the one behind the equipment that I use, setting up and everything, being the one to edit, yeah, it makes it difficult to be consistent. I'm guessing it's just an excuse I'm giving myself right now. I have tried, trust me, I have tried. There are times that I just sit down and I'm like, look, I haven't put a video out in a while. In my head, I keep asking myself, how do I expect my channel to grow if I can't be consistent with what I do? But it's not my fault, and on the other hand, it's my fault. If I've told myself that this is what I want to do, or if I want to be putting out content out there, or be considered a content creator, yes, I should constantly be able to feed my viewers or my followers with what they like, information, or put out something for them to see. For videos like this, I have quite a number of ideas, like I've put down quite a number of ideas to shoot, but the time to like really sit down and do all those things, considering the other 3 things that or maybe the other 2 things that I mentioned, filming, production, whatever, and then having to edit, yeah, like those things can be a problem sometimes. So I'm just trying to let you, my viewers, understand why I don't put out as much content as I should. I mean, with travel videos, we all know that those can be very expensive. I tend to put out travel or adventure videos if I'm going to be going somewhere, be by myself or like with family, and that is not always the case. I mean, you must have a lot of cash to be able to go ahead and then be traveling all the time. It's not very realistic to say, oh, every week or every 2 weeks you're traveling. You must have some, like, a boatload of cash to be able to do that, and time on your hands, especially if you're having to work, or take care of the kids at the same time. Like, at the same time, it's not that easy. So I'm really going to try to be more consistent than I am right now. Sorry or apologies in advance for those of you who are constantly waiting to get a notification saying that, yeah, Rufai has put out a video, so let me go watch it. I'll say this, in as much as it's not my fault and it's my fault at the same time, it is I remember I said that I was my biggest critic. I just sort of like want to put out quality content so you can enjoy, because if you're building a brand, you just don't want to put out any mediocre work, if you get what I'm saying. So yeah, forgive me. Let's move on. With all that has been said, there's another key issue that I need to mention. There's a burnout that one has to deal with. I mean, either from shooting content or having to deal with your daily lives, like the other responsibilities that a solo content creator has to deal with. I mean, your personal life, self-care is a big issue. I mean, there are times that you would, from doing some of these things, you definitely would. You're human and you're working by yourself. You get tired, you get frustrated, you simply just don't have the time like to shoot content as much as you want to. Shooting is one thing, having to edit the content and making sure that you have quality work or your final product is good enough for you to put out, it's another thing. So that alone, not the burnout that I'm talking about in my case is not necessarily physical burnout, it's in my mind, because like I think a lot. It cuts across everything I do, from my daily activities, like as being a father, always thinking into the future, which is not such a bad thing, but it's the rate at which I do it and like the level of concentration it takes from me, having to sit down and figure out what next content to put out or what next video to put out, having to think of how to even sit down and then like the whole process from start to finish, it can take a toll on you. So again, I'm still gonna go back to what I said, like I try and then just go with the flow. I try and then put out content whenever I can. It's not good enough, but I wish that I could come out with content every week, but sometimes it can take me a whole month and I haven't come out with anything yet. And when it's time for me to actually put content out, then I start thinking, okay, are my viewers even going to be interested to watch? But guys, I hope you bear with me. I'm really trying my best to do what is needful. Hopefully I can get some help with having to do all of this aside other things, other responsibilities that I have to deal with, and put out as much content as possible. So yeah, thank you in advance for forgiving me. The next issue has to do with building a supportive community. Currently, my subscribers encourage me, like anytime I put out content, like you go view it, you go view my videos. So those of you, the very few of you who like the videos and share, my heart goes out to you guys. And that brings me to this point. If you just chance upon my channel and you like my content so far, please do well to subscribe, like, share, and then comment. Let me genuinely tell me what you think about my videos. Tell me what you think about this video, how I can improve on them. Make sure you click on the notification bell to get notifications when new videos are posted. This video is getting really long. It can be tough when you're on your own, engaging with your audience, responding to comments, and fostering a sense of belonging can be challenging, can really be challenging. At the end of the day, I guess when you choose a path, or when you decide that you want to be a content creator and you have followers or people who your diehard fans, who constantly want to see you put something out, who engage with you, put out content, put out comments and likes, so you definitely have to engage with them. Like I know I'm not the best content creator out there, but I'm hoping to be very soon. This is what I can tell you for now. These are the challenges, some of the challenges that I've had to deal with as a content creator. I'm a lone wolf out there in these YouTube streets, and the challenges are real. So if you're a solo content creator out there who wouldn't mind reaching out and then sharing some thoughts on how you deal or how you're able to put your content out and put out as much content as possible, or as you do, I'm open. I'm really open. I would love to hear your take, and yeah, for you guys as well. You can probably, I'm really open to listen to your suggestions on how I can manage these issues and put out as much content as possible. If you didn't know that these were some of the challenges that we went through as solo content creators, hopefully I've been able to at least draw your mind a bit to it, and for you to start appreciating your favorite content creators and the effort that they put in to make sure that you get something to watch or to entertain you the way they do. Like and share this content and other contents. If you're done watching this video, please go back and watch the other ones that I've put out there. Share and encourage other people, your friends, family, to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Until then, or until the next video, stay inspired and then keep creating. That is for you content creators out there, and for those of you who love watching content creators or the content that we put out there, stay blessed, and we're very grateful to have you on our channels. I'll see you in the next video. Stay blessed, and I'm out.